We all need to investigate this country's natural resources, their current deposits, future claims and promises of discovery, existing stock levels, role players, key investors, and how this both affects the local supply and open markets. It is our responsibility to do all the homework. The better informed we all are, the less likelihood of opportunism and, dare say, cronyism. To the point of electric cars, I don't see how they make sense in our market. I think besides being a bit of a yuppie toy, it also is a bit disingenuous when 90% of electric cars get charged due to coal-powered plants. One could make the argument to say their silent diesel generator and or lithium solar battery charges their electric car. My question would then be, what powers a generator or inverter? Probably electricity from a coal-powered plant. I do think electric cars have a place. They place in heavy populated metropolitans. I don't think it makes sense for full market adaptation of electric cars across certain markets due to commonality in natural reserves of both oil and gas. Refining your own fuel should be much cheaper than buying gasoline or filling a tank up with flowers and tree hugs. Research shows that filling a tank with flowers and tree hugs is pretty expensive. That's why if I had a choice, give me a Maybach truck and a Maybach S-Class. Damn it, I'll run wild with a G-Wagon, a 6.2 liter C63 and an SLS, why not? In South Africa, we don't have any bullshit emission environment mumbo-jumbo, straight pipe and full send only. This is why you can't help but love this country. Sometimes if your nonsense is good enough, the cops even give you a chance. Wind farming actually sucks though, especially when you consider it doesn't generate an awful lot of energy. Literally fuck all. That's without me bringing up the massive amounts of startup costs associated with erecting these massive structures both on land and in sea. It also kills more birds than anyone would ever like to mention. Literally, that's without factoring what happens during the use and after the use of these mega turbine wind energy generators. They rust and rot. They're built of metal, no different than any other machinery. They're susceptible to both rust and rot, and oh boy do they rust and rot, especially as you can imagine the ones in the sea and near the sea. What do you think happens then? The logistics of the scrap is not even worth the value of the scrap, so the same environmental organizations just dump and pollute the turbines right there. It's a heinous contradiction, really. After only 10 years, these things rot and get left to lay in filth, but the same companies that benefit from the contract and the same organizations that benefit from the approval. Make no mistake, these people do benefit a great deal. You'd think not just because it's an NPO, but that's how they meet up with their Rolls Royce and 7 Series. It's all one big fraud and scam designed from the bottom up to defraud and enslave the mass public. This is why the media has a strict obligation to demonize Donald Trump and Dr. as well as augment Kamala Harris. They need to make money like the rest of us, but because we're normal and they weird, they can only do it with their fake aid packages, climate control schemes, and profits all organizations. Leave out the charities because that's a heart attack injection rabbit hole. Obviously, the tree lover liberal environmentalists would never actually mention any of this. Why would they? If they clean it up like good little birdies, then they can sit and lay eggs on yet another community, holding up another deal and seizing only more employments of young individuals. That's the construction story again and again, wherever you look across the world.